guys, and welcome back to another episode of our Pokemon Battle Series, the School of Hard Knocks. So throughout this episode, like every other, we'll be jumping on to the Pokemon Global Link Battle Spot ladder, playing under the Championship Battle rules, which are the equivalent rule set of the VGC 2018 season. We are kicking right into it today, playing again that Aurora Ninetales team that we put together and played on Monday's episode. And we have our first opponent playing a team of Salamence, Greninja, Mimikyu, Sylveon, Torkoal, and Tapu Lele. So, a really cool looking team actually. I really like the look of this team. It's got the Mimikyu there, the disguise, help set up that Trick Room for things like the Sylveon and the Torkoal that are going to be super threatening under the Trick Room environment. Especially because we've got Ferrothorn as one of our Pokemon to help us with the Trick Room. You know, the Torkoal there is going to be a bit of a pain, but Heatran doesn't do too badly there. You've got the fast mode of the team, I guess, with the what will be Mega Salamence and the Greninja, and then Tapu Lele. Maybe Scarfed, kind of indicates Scarfed there. I think what I'm going to do is I want to lead off Ninetales because we've got Roar on it, so it helps us kind of get rid and stop Trick Room to a certain extent. And I'm going to bring Kang for the fake out support with that as well. Now what do we want in the back? Although with the fake out support, we're not going to be able to utilise that if my opponent leads the Lele, so we might need to quickly reconsider what we're doing here. I think Fini Kang's not a bad option here. We probably want to not bother with Ninetales here and bring Heatran and Ferrothorn. So let's see how we get on. Last minute decisions made there, but hopefully it goes alright. I hope you guys are alright as well, having a good week, and it's really good to be back. Like I said on Monday, it's been a long time since I put any regular content up, but as we get through this week and go on to next and so on, hopefully the content becomes a bit more regular as we go forward. I did really have too much time to put a team together, so this is why we're playing something like Mega Kang this con. It's a lot of fun, there's a few things that I really want to try out in it, but at the same time it's not really something as solid as I'd like to be playing, and I do want to start getting back into building a few more different things, so it'll be good to see those. So like I said on Monday's episode, I'd love you to get your ideas and suggestions in for what you want to see, especially Megas, and we'll start building around them going forward. Now we do see the Intimidate come off before the terrain from the Lele was activated, so it's not Scarf Tapu Lele, which is kind of a good thing to know. Now I feel like I just want to Moonblast into the Salamence, and I'm just going to fake out the Tapu Lele here. It's pretty straight down the line, we're not risking too much. Salamence staying in, probably going to go for a Tailwind. So you see Kang, Mega Evolve. They're going to get the fake out into that Lele if it doesn't protect, but it might protect if the Salamence is gone. No protect coming out, so it's good. Get a little bit of chip damage onto that. Not Tailwind, just a Hyper Voice, which is alright. Both Pokemon take that reasonably comfortably. And we're going to get the Moonblast off into the Salamence. Depending on how bulky this is built, yeah, we're not going to pick up the kill there, unfortunately. Okay, so I'm running Sucker Punch on the Kang, so we could potentially go for a Sucker Punch into the Mence. Imagine the Lele is probably faster. Yeah, it's not a bad option to go for, to be honest. Could go for the Waterium into the Lele. Or we could just switch out into the Ferrothorn, which isn't a bad option at all, and just go for a Sucker Punch into the Salamence and keep the Fini around for later on, because just a bit wary that the Lele could target down to that Fini slot with a Psychic or a Moonblast, and it would do quite a bit of damage to us. At least with the Sucker Punch, we're going to get rid of the Salamence, take it out of the equation, no more Hyper Voice or double edge damage, and we'll see what this Lele goes for. Yeah, it's a Psychium. You've got to imagine with the threat that the Fini was causing at that point, it's probably into the Fini slot. It's Gigavolt Havoc, so it's definitely into the Fini. Okay. Such a wacky Z move to have on Lele, but it does make sense, I guess, in some aspects. So, good switch on our end for the Ferrothorn, and that was a crit, which is a bit unfortunate because it's doing a bit more damage than we kind of would have liked it to have been doing. But let's see, we're going to see the Greninja come in here. So we do have to be aware that the Greninja probably has access to Low Kick, so it could Low Kick either target here, which isn't really ideal for ourselves. Do I protect something, or do I just double into the Greninja? I kind of want to double into the Greninja, to be honest. I'm going to Power Whip, and I'm going to go for a double edge into it. See what? Yeah, the Lily is going to protect, so doubling up was the right call, but could lose something. There's the Low Kick. It's going to turn into a fighting type. Where's it gone into? To the Kang. Ooh, but oh no, we don't take it. I don't know why, for some reason my screen just skipped for a second there, and it looked like Kang survived on 7 HP, but that was never going to happen. We are going to get the Power Whip. Oh, so close to taking it out. But we can bring in the Fini here. Okay. I think we just Gyro Ball into the Greninja slot, to be honest, and just protect the Fini. Because if the Greninja hits like Ferrothorn with the Low Kick, it goes down. Yeah. Which is, I guess, well, we'll see if it's alright or not. We do have Heatran in the back, which can deal with the Lele pretty well. And there's the Thunderbolt. And it will all depend on what my opponent's last Pokemon is, I guess. Sylveon, okay. That's fine. Like, Heatran doesn't mind this matchup at all. And we still got the Wartarian that we can utilise potentially. Like, Fini will be able to take at least one Thunderbolt. So let's go for the Hydro Vortex into the Tapu Lele and just Heat Wave as well. Oh, okay. So we're going to be wasting that into a Protect. Yeah, the Sylveon, I should have really thought about this rather than rushing in, but the Sylveon's going to put the Fini now into range. I mean, we should be alright, because we've still got the Heatran at the end of the day. And like, neither of these Pokemon, Sylveon or Tapu Lele, are really built to be dealing with Heatran very well, so we should be okay. It's just not ideal. We're going to take a Hyper Voice, I'd imagine, here. What a waste. Okay. There's the Hyper Voice. I think I just protect Fini here, to be honest. Because I want to try and keep this Lele as distracted as possible from the Heatran, because, like, the Thunderbolts will still be doing decent damage to us. Oh, actually target it into the Heatran. Okay, so my opponent's making the better reads here. So, okay, one more, yeah. One more Heat Wave will take the Lele down, and then we'll be fine. Okay. I'm just gonna Heat Wave. And just in case that Lele does protect, I'm just gonna Moonblast into the Sylveon. But I imagine the Lele probably T-Bolt. No. Okay, so we're gonna get at least some good damage onto this Sylveon before Fini goes down. There's a Heat Wave. I don't think a Moonblast is going to be enough to take it down from this range. Like, Sylveon's so bulky. Okay. But it is in range of one more. And Heatran should be able to close this up by itself with a Heat Wave. So, thank goodness there was no berry on that Sylveon, because that would have made this way more difficult than it really should have been. But we should be able to round things up here pretty nicely. So there's a Thunderbolt from the Lele. Oh, okay. This makes things a bit more awkward. Do we take... We should take a Hyper Voice. It's a single target now, though. Gonna be tight. Yeah, we do. Okay. It's always a problem with these double target attacks. They've always got lower accuracy. So let's not risk anything this time. Just go for an Earth Power into the Sylveon. That should seal the game up for us. Whew. Okay. So we get the Earth Power off. Pick up the kill on Sylveon. Don't really think the crit was necessary, but never mind. And good game to my opponent. Yeah. The T-Ball, although like was a bit of an odd choice, I think it does kind of warrant its place on the Tapu Lele. For certain situations where, you know, at least you've got an option to hit stuff like Heatran that would otherwise wall you. So it's not a bad option if you can fit it on there. Obviously you've got to make way for things like Taunt that otherwise could be a bit more beneficial to your team, but it all depends on your makeup, I guess. But we'll jump into our next match. Should we change the music up? Let's go Giovanni for this one. Rip Coda from the United States is our next opponent, and they're running a team of Tyranitar, Rotomosh, Tapu Bulu, Salamence, Darmantian, Domination, as my good friend Habiki would call it. But that's another story completely, and Landorus incarnate form. So there's a few really unique choices here. You know, like, I love Rotoms. Like, Rotom Wash is still a Pokemon I think's got a lot of like room in this format, and probably a bit overlooked as well at times. But what are we gonna do? We've got the Tyranitar that's gonna bring its weather, so I don't know how useful Ninetales would be here. Although against like a lot of his team, they are pretty ice weak. I think what we could do is lead Fini. Do we bring our own Landorus here? Yeah, I think we do. We'll bring Kang in the back. And Ferrothorn. Like, Ferrothorn's really good against Bulu, Rotom Wash, T-Tar. She's just got to worry about the Darmantian more than anything, really. It's probably alright depending on what set that Landorus is running as well. You've got to remember as well that the Landorus has probably got Earth Power, Earthquake, or Rock Slide, Stone Edge. They're all going to get powered up because of the Sand Force ability with the Sand Stream if the T-Tar does make an appearance, which it probably will do. So there's Salamence and Rotom coming out. It's an old 2015 lead that I haven't seen in a long time. So we do get the Intimidate off onto the Salamence, which is pretty nice. Okay, so we've got the option. We could go for a Hidden Power Ice into the Salamence here. We've got to be a little bit careful because the Rotom can cause us a few problems with those electric type attacks. I kind of want to bring in Ferrothorn, and I think what I'll do is I'll go Hidden Power Ice into the Salamence, to be honest. Oh, okay, so Salamence actually going to retreat. Diving in head first. Would have been better U-turning there. Got to really hope that the Rotom goes for an electric type attack. Yeah, okay, so that's fine. And with the Misty Terrain up, you know, we're not worried about Will-O-Wisps too much at this point. I think I'll Leech Seed the Rotom. Will it protect though? That's the thing. I wonder if it will protect. I might be better off just attacking into the... like Gyro Balling into the Tyranitar and switching in Kang. Yeah. So the Tito's going to withdraw Salamence, yeah. So it's going to cycle that Intimidate back on to both of our Pokemon. Let's see how this Rotom goes forward. Is it going to Hydro Pump into the Kangaskhan? Yeah, Thunderbolt. Okay, so making a read for the Fini to come back in. Knowing that the Landorus had to really switch out at that point. But we're pretty comfortable at this point, just going Power Whip into the Rotom, Mega Evolving, and just fake outing the Salamence here. The Rotom's going to withdraw. What's coming in? The Darmantian. The Darmanition is coming in. So... and Salmon's just protecting. Okay. We'll get a tiny bit of chip damage onto this Darmanitan with the Power Whip. It's actually not too bad, especially intimidated. So now it's super obvious that I have to switch here, so I wonder if my opponent kind of expects that. But if we can get... The problem is, anything this Darmanitan's going to hit, it's probably going to be KOing, other than the Fini. But like the Fini switch for the Ferrothorn's so obvious here. But I really want to get... I'm going to switch Lando there. I'm going to switch in Fini on the Kang. Just I really want to get an Intimidate off onto both of these targets as well. Because switching Fini in on a Salamence if it Mega Evolves, it's still got access to Double Edge. And at least if we can Intimidate, it's kind of negating some of that damage to a certain extent. And the Darmanitan's probably going to be going crazy with its just sheer force ability, just hitting everything for ridiculous damage as well. So there's the Mega Evolving Salamence. So opponent has lost the ability to intimidate my team now, which is decent. Intimidate is coming out. It's going to be into that Fini. Okay. And there's the U-turn. So the Darmanition not wanting to stick around, just U-turning straight out. It's going to come in. It's going to go out into the Rotom. Yeah. I'm going to U-turn out because I'm not playing that game again. So the Rotom's likely going to... Does the Rotom actually T-Bolt? Because my opponent might predict me to switch it out. And I could get a free Moonblast off here. I'm going to do that and just get some damage onto this Rotom because I don't expect him to... let's see, Tito's going to come back in for the Salamence, which is fine. I'm going to get the U-turn off into the Rotom. I'm going to bring the Ferrothorn back in here. I'm going to get a Moonblast off into this Rotom, although we might lose Fini. the same time if my opponent does T-Bolt into this slot. Okay, Hydro Pump. Okay, so that's kind of good, like we expected. Ferrothorn takes that nice and comfortably. Right. Is that Rotom is probably in Moonblast range. We could Gyro Ball again just into the T-Tail and just Moonblast. Kind of really want to Muddy Water here, but at the same time I'm like, it's a bit risky, because if we leave that Rotom unchecked then it just T-Bolts. Yeah, so there's the Darmantian coming back in on its mission. Hopefully the Moonblast here is enough to pick up the kill onto this Rotom. That's kind of what we're wanting, which it is. So we get rid of the Rotom, which is ideal. We're going to get the Gyro Ball, get some decent damage onto this Darmanitan. Yeah. And we're probably going to see the Salamence come back in now for my opponent. Yeah. Because both these Pokemon do threaten my my Fini. And it's obvious that I really kind of want to get the Landorus in here. So what's my opponent got? Got the T-Tail. I'm just gonna switch. I'm just gonna play it straight down the line. I'm gonna bring in the Landorus just to get the Intimidate off, and I'm just gonna protect Fini because we need to try and keep the Fini round a little bit longer. Okay, so there's the protect. There's a double edge into the Fini. And Flarebits? Yeah. Oh, I don't know if we'll take this. We should do. We're quite bulky, but whew, just. Okay, that's fine. Right. Now, what do we do? Well, I mean, we're pretty safe just to go for a U-turn into the Darmanitan slot and Moonblast the Salamence. Because Fini should take a double edge from this range, -1. It's just a hidden part. Ice. Yeah, let's U-turn the Darmanitan and Moonblast the Salamence. Darmanitan might protect here, though. No. So we're going to see it withdraw. We're going to see the T-Tail come back in. So we'll get that U-turn, which is pretty nice. And we should, if the Salamence doesn't protect, get a kill there. So we've still got that Intimidate in the back if we need to. Yes, so the Salamence's going to protect, which is fine. This gives us a free switch into a Kangaskhan if we want to. Which we probably do. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So activating a weakness policy on the T-Tail. But like you say, we still got Kangaskhan, and we can low kick that slot if we want to. Or we could actually. Tell you what we will do. We haven't used our Waterium yet, so I'm going to fake out the Salamence, and I'm going to The problem is that the T-Tail probably protects here, and Darmanitan probably comes in for the Salamence, but we need to just start getting some damage onto this T-Tail. So if it does protect, at least we're going to get... my opponent just forfeits. I think we kind of had that locked up. We just had to be a bit careful kind of playing it out at the end, but very good game to my opponent, and we're doing alright and we're climbing up the ladder. So that was another nice episode today. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun, as I said on Monday, kind of being back and doing content again. So I did say on Monday that I'd let you know if I was doing a stream this week, and I will be doing a stream tomorrow evening. So we will be doing a stream. It might not be as long as some of the other ones will, but we'll sit down for an hour and a half, and we'll do a few games on Battle Spot with this team potentially, or maybe a team that I ran in one of the regionals. Let me know which you would like to see. I've got a cool Charizard Y team that I do love to play, so that's the thing I could have brought on the channel to play this week, but everyone in sisters, mothers, dads, everyone has seen Charizard Y, so they know what that's all about. But I mean, it might be fun just to play on the stream this week and catch up and see what you guys are up to. But as always, thank you so much for tuning in and watching, guys. Do leave a like on the video if you've enjoyed it. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed, so you stay up to date with all of our daily content and so on. And we'll be seeing you at 8 PM UK time tomorrow evening for the stream over on the Twitch channel. It will be linked in the description as always, and on the banner there's a little Twitch icon. If you find it difficult to get to the Twitch channel, just click that, it'll take you straight over there. So 8 o'clock tomorrow night it will be kicking off, so it'll be good to see some of you guys hang out and have some fun, and we can just play some Pokemon, which would be a lot of fun. So I'm gonna wrap it up there, guys. As always, thank you so much. Let me know your opinions on what Pokemon you want to see going forward, megas and things like that, so that we've got some idea of what to build around. And we'll be back on Friday with another episode of School of Hard Knocks to round off the week with this team. Hopefully you can kind of keep on top of things, and let me know as well if you want to see this team played for another week. It's got a lot of things, and probably if we play 2 more episodes on Friday we won't be able to see everything from this team, so it might be worth playing it for another week, and at least then it gives me another week to kind of put together some ideas going into the following week. So if you don't mind that, then I don't mind that, and it'll all be hunky-dory. So take care of yourselves, guys. Have a great evening, morning, afternoon, whatever time of day it is, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you all on Friday or tomorrow night for the stream over on the Twitch channel. So until then, guys, take care of yourselves, and bye-bye!